stamina and the conditions. They're off. They jump away with a very long run to their first. They've got to get all the way over to the back straight before they leave the ground for the first time. Green Book in the red jacket. Showing up early to the nose-banded Itchy Feet and Ashtown Lad out wide in the black silks. Earn River, the checks on the sleeves and cap, tracking the leading half of the field with a grey WAKOOL poking up on his inner, and Inish Ear is the early back marker into the paddock turn at just shy of 30 miles an hour. And Green Book and Itchy Feet are the leading duo. Over Ashtown Lad, quite content to track the early pace with Earn River racing on the far side of WAKOOL and Inish Ear a couple of lengths detached, starting off across the far side at the end of a quarter of a mile now, and still about a furlong away from the first flight. Green Book striding on by a couple of lengths to Itchy Feet, stalked by Ashtown Lad, Harry Skelton in the black silks, and then Earn River, the grey WAKOOL, and Inish Ear. And each of the six fairly nimble at the opening flight. WAKOOL briefly cajoled along on landing. Shortish run to the second. Green Book hopping over fluently to Itchy Feet. He returned to the winner's enclosure at Huntingdon the last time. Ashtown Lad, the Beecher Chase winner, a close third. Earn River tracking them under Charlie Hammond. And then WAKOOL and the white-faced Inish Ear. Flight 3 completes the jumping in the back straight first time. And it's largely a well-grouped field of 6. And they're deep inside the last 2.5 miles of the race now. Green Book accompanied into the next turn by the nose-banded Itchy Feet, and Ashtown Lad a very close third. Earn River is next, in turn followed by WAKOOL and Inish Ear, given a patient ride by Derek Fox, last of the 6 as they reach the crown of the turn, and now about to enter the last 2 miles. And Itchy Feet has put his head in front now from the Sandown winner Green Book, Charlie Deutsch, red jacket, happy to take a lead from Itchy Feet at this stage of the race. Ashtown Lad racing on the near side of Earn River, and a couple of lengths to WAKOOL and Inish Ear. And here's flight 4. Itchy Feet joined by Green Book, who was especially fluent there, and they exchange positions geographically on the course. Itchy Feet switched to the inner. Green Book pulled out a little wider. Ashtown Lad on the extreme left. Here's the 5th. Earn River, it's a little bit stuttery. The check cap in 4th place ahead of the grey WAKOOL, and Inish Ear racing in close touch, and this flight brings them to the end of a circuit. Itchy Feet and Green Book as one, to Ashtown Lad, Earn River, and then WAKOOL and Inish Ear, approaching the halfway point of this Grade 2 Betfair Rendlesham hurdle, with Earn River nicely poised in the slipstream of the leading pair, and perhaps just getting a little bit of cover from the headwind at this point as they race under the judge with another long run before they leave the ground again. Itchy Feet and Green Book inseparable, only narrowly ahead of Ashtown Lad. Earn River a close 4th, and then WAKOOL and Inish Ear. It's been a fairly even pace. They're going along at broadly at the same tempo that they were at this point on the previous circuit. Itchy Feet and Green Book to Ashtown Lad. Earn River riding behind them. Couple lengths to WAKOOL, who at various stages in the race hasn't perhaps travelled with quite the fluency of his rivals, and he just gets a clip down the neck there, the grey from Conor O'Farrell. Inish Ear continues to look on as they approach this 7th flight. Itchy Feet and Green Book to Ashtown Lad. Earn River waiting in the wings. And then WAKOOL and Inish Ear. And 6 or 7 lengths would cover them at the midpoint in the back straight. Going now to 5 out. Itchy Feet and Green Book. Earn River, not quite as fluent as the 3 ahead of him. Ashtown Lad still popping away quietly on the far side. WAKOOL in touch, the grey. And he's got Inish Ear sitting on his tail as now Harry Skelton sends Ashtown Lad up on the outer to move through and take over very narrowly at 4 out. Ashtown Lad to Green Book and Itchy Feet. Earn River again having to be coaxed, kidded along in behind, just being asked for more effort as Green Book is also shaken up. WAKOOL in 5th place, under pressure, but he's hanging on in there. Inishier at this stage isn't threatening to get involved. And Itchy Feet and Ashtown Lad lead him out of their back straight. It's the nose-banded Itchy Feet under Sean Bowen. Ashtown Lad and Harry Skelton one off the rail. Ern River has been driven up into 2nd, but at this stage he's making harder work of it than the leading duo. Green Book has been under pressure for a while now and is relegated to 5th as the grey WAKOOL takes 4th. And then back to Inishier, approaching the 3rd last. Ashtown Lad in the centre, far side Itchy Feet. Ern River gets to within a couple of lengths. Little separating the leading duo on landing, but Itchy Feet was the more fluent. And Skelton on the left is having to work harder now on Ashtown Lad. Ern River boxing on at the 1 pace. WAKOOL in 4th perhaps isn't completely out of this. The other two look well held. Itchy Feet was over the 2nd last, a couple of lengths clear. Ern River is still boxing on and away to the left. The grey WAKOOL is digging in for pressure. They head towards the final flight. Itchy Feet, it's a very long run in. He may not be home yet. WAKOOL is gathering a head of steam under Conor O'Farrell down the near side. Ern River is back in 3rd. Ashtown Lad is emptied out. And WAKOOL puts his grey head in front. Itchy Feet will have to dig in and fight back. 100 yards to cover. WAKOOL just beginning to assert. It's tough work into the headwind. And WAKOOL grinds out a gutsy success for Nick Alexander and Conor O'Farrell.
The Betfair Rendlesham hurdlers went away off WAKOOL, trained by Nick Alexander. What a star he's been for you.
Yeah, he's been a tremendous horse. He just kept progressing from his juvenile hurdles, and now he's won a Grade 2, so that's brilliant.
We're just looking at his first success at Doncaster, for a mark of 100 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was over 2 miles, and that was his first handicap, and he's built on that really nicely.
And today they got racing a fair way down. He had to keep digging and keep working away.
I just thought he was never travelling. He only ran 13 days ago at Musselburgh in a hard race, and I looked like it had come too soon for him until the turn for home, and he suddenly came on the bridle. So
he seems happier in a smallish field. He holds an entry in the Pertemps. Would that rule that out?
I would think so. Yeah, I haven't actually entered for him for it yet, but he would be qualified for it. But I don't think so. I'll speak to the owners. But now he's won a Grade 2, we can try and find another graded race for him.
Yeah. No thoughts where?
Not at this stage, no. Just today was very much. It's quite often, because it's close to Cheltenham, it's quite often not the deepest Grade 2 race. So this has been on my mind for quite a long time, and we were going to have a graded race with them. So delighted it worked.
It's still a Grade 2. You've still won it. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. No.